All right, so we got Mounk Tounk, probation revoked 5 years. We also got King Harris, who finds himself on the wrong side of the law yet again. And we're going to touch in on that Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg interview with Stephen A. Smith. A lot of good gems was dropped in that. So keep it locked to your favorite news station, Strait Shoota Podcast, all right? Welcome back. Y'all know the business. Like I said, I'm your man, Swift Dollars, and you're tuned in to Strait Shoota Podcast, all right? A safe place for unbiased opinions based off facts. If you haven't done so, hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and make sure you that notification button so that way you stay in the loop every time we drop these videos on the channel, all right? So we got a couple things we're going to touch on. I'm fresh back off for the weekend. I went to Greensboro for G.I.N. Greensboro homecoming. Shout out to all my Aggies out there. NCAA, what up? But all right, let's go ahead and get to this news, fam. All right, so first things first, in hood news, we got Antonio Sledge, better known as Mounk Tounk, the former YSL co-defendant, violated the terms of his plea agreement during his testimony in the ongoing YSL RICO trial. Sledge, a former co-defendant in the case, took a plea deal in December 2022, agreeing to testify truthfully about criminal activities involving young slime life. Okay, so Sledge knowingly and willfully contradicted key elements of his plea while on the stand last month, according to a motion filed by the DA. The judge who oversees the proceedings for the YSL trial agreed with prosecutors in the fact that he had violated the terms. Now I want to play y'all a little bit of a clip on where this judge just basically told this man, look, she had enough of his crap, and it was time for him to sit it on down. You know, they even pleaded to see if he could turn himself in later. Judge won't having it. I want y'all to see it for yourself. Take a quick peek.
Okay, well, I don't view it as a technical violation or akin to a technical violation, considering the solemn oath that he took when he said that he understood every term within the plea agreement, factual acknowledgments, and sentencing acknowledgments, and understood and, in fact, orally answered that he understood when both asked by the prosecutor and the court at his plea hearing that a failure to abide by any of the terms would constitute a violation of the agreement, and he was notified that the entirety of his probation could be revoked. I do appreciate the fact that this particular violation is a non-violent violation, but I also appreciate the fact that some of the why this could have occurred include the fact that there is just not a proper regard for the judicial system and the seriousness with which an oath in court needs to be taken.
So basically what the good judge is saying right here is you've been on the stand playing games, lying, shucking and jiving, and playing around, and now the rubber's time to hit the road, and
ain't no room for preaching around here no more.
All right, we done gave you time and time again to get it right. So basically what she's saying is it's time for you to take that ride.
I view this much more akin to perjury, frankly, than a technical violation. And the sentence for perjury is up to 10 years. I am going to revoke 5 years of Mr. Sledge's probation. And Mr. Sledge, I am sympathetic to the fact that you have generally stayed out of trouble, and I want to commend you for that. And I really hope that this revocation doesn't set you back. But we've got to take seriously the court system.
Sending them away.
That's the sentence of the court. I find there to have been that violation. I'm revoking 5 years.
And he will be continued on probation, Your Honor?
And reinstate the balance.
Thank you.
Might I ask, is it possible for my client to turn himself in to make arrangements?
I think y'all knew when you came in here that this was a strong possibility. So, no, I'm sorry.
Now, I done told you to get on.
That's basically
All right,
what she
court is
said.
adjourned.
Go on now.
And that's the end of the Mounk Tounk story for right now, to be continued. So basically, we know where Mounk Tounk will be. He's up the road for the next 5 years. The YSL RICO case continues. Hear ye, hear ye. Approach the royal court. So what we have next, the king himself, his son, King Harris. Atlanta rapper T.I.'s son was arrested in Dunwoody. So according to the jail records, there was a warrant out for King's arrest in Pickens County for failure to appear in court. He was charged in August 2022 with speeding, knowingly driving a motor vehicle on a suspended license, and driving under the influence of drugs. September 24, there was an arraignment notice returned and a bench warrant issued. The day after he was arrested in Dunwoody and taken to the DeKalb County Jail, King was released to Pickens County, and there was a recall ordered for the bench warrant. Current status is unknown. Why are these children still crashing out when your father is a celebrity with millions of dollars? You are not from the streets, no matter how hard you want to try to be from the streets. We'll never look at you as street, and you need to stay out of the street for your family's sake and your safety. That would be my advice to you, young man.
Raleigh, Durham, Joco, and all surrounding areas. Quick Mix Studios is here to service all your audio needs. Studio time, podcasting, production, you name it. If it's anything audio, we got you covered. With over 20 years experience in audio engineering, Quick Mix Studios is more than capable to cover all of your audio needs. Contact us today to book your session. First hour deposit required to secure slot. 2-hour minimum. Time starts and ends with slot time book.
All right, so last but not least, I wanted to talk about something, man. Stephen A. did an excellent interview. Shout out to Stephen A. Smith. He did an excellent interview with Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. And I just want to touch on that interview that he did with those gentlemen for a second. You know, they was talking about a bunch of good points, you know, how they working on a product called Still Gin, alcohol. Snoop said he's working on a new album totally produced by Dr. Dre, which would be the first time in over 30 years, which I think is dope. Actually, I like the title of it. It's called, he said they're going to call it Missionary. So since the first album was Doggy Style, the second album named Missionary, I think that's dope. You know what I'm saying? Real creative. Big shout out to them. But I just like how they got that camaraderie to where both of them are happy to see each other thriving and making big bread and doing big things, and just knowing that I helped put him on and he's larger than life, or it's like anything either one of them need is a phone call away. That's dope. And what I like is how you see how real friends can go long amounts of time without being around each other or seeing each other a lot, but they can always pick back up where they left off. And that's a good thing to see. And that's a beautiful thing to know, that they have that chemistry still and that family bond that they had when they first got into the game. So I like to see that. Big shout out to them. But one thing I did want to touch on that interview that he said that's dope, me being a producer myself, he was saying, yo, it's a lot of people that ain't, you know what I'm saying, ain't producing, or why is it all these beats on a single album? Like when one producer produces the whole album, it has that cohesive sound. I want y'all to hear this part of this interview, and then I'm gonna give my take on it. But I think the interview overall was dope, so shout out to them for what they did. But check this out.
I like the fact that there's like 9 different producers on one album. I like the idea of one producer on one album. The continuity is everything.
Yeah, where did that come from? Where did it come from where you got cats that want to be with 9 different producers on one album and stuff like that? When the hell did that start?
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know, but I don't like it. You know, if you're
It
a
ain't
producer, you should be able to produce the entire album. That's what I thought it was supposed to be.
Right.
That's what I was doing at the beginning.
There's a lot of beat makers though, Doc. That's what the difference between your era and this era is, that there aren't too many producers as much as there are beat makers. It's so easy to make beats. They're giving you all these computer packages that has the drum loop, has this, y'all had to make the loop.
I feel like it's a change that's happening right now, you know, from all this mumble rap thing and everything that's happening right now. There's somebody in somebody's garage that's happening right now that's going to be the next Snoop or Dre or next Prince or Michael Jackson or whatever, that's coming up with something that's going to change the game. It's got to happen right now, and it's wide open because everything that's happening right now in the music game is, especially hip hop, is weird as fuck.
I was getting ready to go there. Why do you feel that it has to happen now? What is it about now that's happening that there's a level of urgency that makes you say change for the better?
Well, it's going to get back to the musicianship. That's all it is, you know, like real players. And I'm seeing it happen. I'm watching. I'm on the internet and I'm watching Instagram and things like that. And there's like these kids that are coming up that can really play, that can really play and can really write and sing and really doing some interesting rapping and shit like that. So I'm waiting for that to come back.
When did it go awry? From the standpoint, I'm just talking about the industry itself in terms of people doing things in a manner that you might.
By the way, I'm not disrespecting anything that's happening right now. I'm just talking about some substance that's getting ready to happen moving forward.
Okay. Gotcha.
I think the fundamentals was taken out of it. Like, you had to have skill, you had to have professionalism in order to be an artist. Now you just have to have a phone. So it's a big difference when you had to have certain things to be qualified as an artist. Now it's just a phone makes you an artist, and something stupid or something crazy on the internet gets you 5 minutes of fame, and you take that and make a record, and you got a 2.5-minute song that's saying the same thing that somebody else just said. Now you consider it hot, as opposed to it used to be about creativity and understanding of musicianship, you know, harmony, melodies. That don't even matter no more. It's just auto-tune. Something, I want to sound like him. I want to say what she said, but I want to, you know, do the same things, but just in my own way, as opposed to let me be original.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly with everything they just said. Big shout out to Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Stephen A. Smith for the dope interview. Make sure y'all go to Stephen A. Smith's site page and check that interview out. But I agree with that, and put that in the comments, y'all. Let me know what y'all think, man. As far as my producer fam on the page, like when y'all make music, how do y'all feel? Like, you know, I ain't gonna front. I'm a sample-based producer. I love flipping samples. I try to chop the sample up as much as possible to where half the time you don't even know where I got it from, unless it's a beat pack that I tell you where I got it from. But the ones that I shop, I go to the record store, pluck them, and make them that way. But he's right, man. It is a lot of loop-de-loop, auto-tune stuff going on, and it's not a lot of originality, but, you know, and like, to his defense, like, he don't play all the instruments, so he know how to get musicians in there to be authentic. So I do give him that, you know. But like I said, put it in the comments, how y'all feel about producers today? How y'all feel about this new equipment today? Like, I'm a machine user, right? I use Machine Studio, and like even now with this new update, I don't even know if I want it, because I don't think I can use Studio with it. So what good is it? Ain't nothing wrong with what I got now. I know people still rocking out with MPC 1000s that'll go in somebody's studio and crush somebody that's got the new X. Man, it don't matter what you got, it's how you put it to work. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I got for what they were saying. Like, a lot of people, you know, they just want that quick viral moment, that quick hit, but it's that old saying, you got to put your 100,000 hours in, or however many hours it is, on your craft to perfect your craft. Get your own sound. This Machine Mafia sound is a Machine Mafia sound. I don't sound like nobody. Don't nobody sound like me. And it took years to get this way. And you got to do the same thing with you. So just make sure you believe in you and do your thing. That's what I got out the interview. I just wanted to ramble on about it for a few minutes, you know what I'm saying, just to get my point of view across. So, you know, like I said, if you need any beats, tap in with your boy. The information is on the bottom of the screen. Like I said, I'm just getting back in the groove. I just got back into town. It's late, you know what I'm saying? It was homecoming, but I had to make sure I gave y'all something to keep rocking and rolling with. You know what I'm saying? My boys, shout out to my Green Bay Packers. We knocked off the Houston Texans tonight, 24-22. So we go to 5-2. My man Jordan Love, he had what he have? He had 24 attempts for 24 out of 33 attempts, 220, 3 tutties, 2 picks. CJ Stroud, we shut him down. He was 10 of 21, 86 yards, no touchdowns, but he ain't had no picks neither. And the other game that I focused on today was that Lions-Vikings game. That was a slugfest. The Lions pulled it off. Jared Goff, 22 of 25, 280 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. And Sam Darnold actually wasn't that bad, 22 of 27, 259 yards, a pick and a tutty. But those are the only 2 games I care about because I'm a Green Bay fan and all those games were in my conference. So, hey, shout out to me. My team won. We 5-2. We rocking and rolling. You know? But like I said, y'all, let's keep it locked, man. Y'all have a good night, a blessed week. This Strait Shoota podcast. I'll be back with y'all all week long. We ain't stopping, all right? Peace out.